Just reading on the press release, and now it mentions nightmare-inducing imagery, courtesy of the lyrics that you guys were put together. What are some of the themes that are explored within the album? Obviously, revenge being one of them. But what are some of the themes that are looked at?
Yeah, we've got Accomplice to Evil Deeds, which was in a dream I had. It was Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse, and he was killing people in a shack in the woods, and I was his accomplice. So I just woke up and wrote that real quick. Ascension was when I re-listened to Macbeth by Shakespeare, and I was like, "Damn, this is violent." a lot of blood and revenge and beheadings. So that made sense.
I find it funny that you actually wrote a song, that not really mentions Corpse Grinder, but was sort of, he was part of it in that process. And so I find that kind of funny. Was it obviously just a random dream you can't explain, or is there like a reason for that, you think?
Maybe it's all the true crime TV shows, but maybe I miss Corpse Grinder. He's a good guy, and I keep in touch with all those guys.
That's very cool. Would you say it's a significant difference than it was, say, on the road, going back to like the era of like the bleeding and going back to that kind of stuff? Is it a whole different vibe these days?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, everybody got along, but I was the guy who brought a bike on the tour and just hauled ass as soon as the bus parked.
Oh, really,
Not because I hated everybody, but it was because the clubs were shitholes and there's a lot more to do and see in town. I think back when Chris split with Cannibal, if we had more communication, we could have worked with them and stuck it out for a longer time, I think.
Yeah. Do you think that really, it was essentially just a communication breakdown that was left of that split?
Yeah, we were still kids and we were like, fuck you, no, fuck you, dude. That type of thing. I'm sure we could have said, hey, let me work with you on these lyrics and the patterns, and that's the way he is now. He'd be like, of course.
It's funny. I interviewed Alex Webster a few months ago, and I mean, he has no hard feelings against you guys, obviously, or with. I mean, he thinks that you guys are great. What you guys are doing as well, and it led me to ask him the question, the same thing I'm going to ask you. And I'm sure fans give you this all the time. Do you see these two bands ever touring together, doing something together at any time?
I mean, I get along with everybody, but the logistics are just like, I don't know. I would.
Yeah, you would?
Short answer, yeah, I would do it. I'm the guy who likes to keep the machine going until it breaks.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
So expanding on that a little bit, then you would be open to the fact of, hey, you know what, like a co-headlining tour, or maybe like just these two bands going out and doing some dates together. Like you'd be like, yeah, let's do it, bring it on.
Yeah, on paper it would be like, okay, 6 Feet Under set, and then an overlapping Cannibal set, and then the Corpse Grinder set.
That would be that would be a death metal fan's dream. Like that's porn, like like a death metal fan, you know what I mean? If that were to happen, do you think Chris and George would be able to make that happen?
Yeah, they could totally get along.
They do, eh? Okay, yeah. Awesome.
Loaded Radio.